Hi guys, Dr. Moranchi Amama Saghiv from KIIP with Dr. Saghiv. KIIP stands for Knowledge Itself is Power. So let's empower you again in this video with another video that includes knowledge. So biological environments, mainly the cell, tissue, can experience an acidic environment. Acidity means that the concentration or the amount of acids is going up. An indication of acidity going up is more hydrogen atoms in the solution or in the environment. Another indication would be the increase in carbon dioxide, CO2. If we're looking at a chemical measure of acidity or not, we have the pH scale. The pH scale ranges from 0 to 14. Any result from 0 to 7, not including 7, would be an acidic environment. The lower the number, the more acidic the environment. 7 itself is neutral, so it's not acidic and not what we call base or alkaline. And anything from 7 to 14, not including 7, will be what we call base or alkaline, which is the opposite, so to speak, of an acidic environment. When we talk about acidity influencing tissues and their ability to function, if it's for sports or just to exist, or when you're exercising in a non-competitive way, or for any reason, the higher the acidity, meaning the lower the pH, the tougher, harder, and more challenging function becomes for most of our tissues. But I want to focus on 3. First of all, our nerves. Our nerves do not function well the more acidic the environment becomes. And that's problematic because nerves are in charge of a very important and cardinal aspect of function, from supervision to regulation to activation, carrying information, sensing. They influence analyzing information. They influence gathering information. They influence telling the tissues and the organs and the systems what to do. Coordination, activation of muscle, force production, and much more. So we want our nerves to be able to function, and for that reason, we want acidity to be kept at a level that allows that function. So we want to reduce the increase in acidity as much as possible. Okay? And that means, according to one of my other videos, that we want to use the anaerobic glycolysis the least possible, meaning we want to break down carbs without oxygen the least possible. We want to avoid it if and when possible. Okay? If and when possible. Red blood cells. Red blood cells make up our blood. They carry in them a protein called hemoglobin. Very, very important protein that affects our ability to utilize oxygen, because hemoglobin is a carrier of oxygen to the cell. And then it also helps us dispose of CO2. And an increase in CO2 in the environment is an indication of increased acidity. So we definitely want to get rid of CO2 so acidity doesn't go up. One of the ways to decrease the amount of anaerobic glycolysis, breaking down carbs without oxygen, is to increase the supply of oxygen to the cell. The more oxygen in the cell, the less anaerobic reactions the cell is going to make. So hemoglobin is a crucial protein to allow this by carrying oxygens to the cell and then disposing of CO2 on the other hand. But RBCs, red blood cells, are influenced by acidity. If you influence the carrier of hemoglobin, you are influencing the ability to carry oxygen. So you will increase anaerobic energy production and increase acidity, the opposite of what we want to do. And then the last tissue that we'll talk about here, although not the only or last tissue to be influenced by acidity, the skeletal muscles. If you want to exercise, move, be physically active, or compete, you need your skeletal muscles to function the best that they can. But the quality of work for all these three tissue, because blood is tissue by definition, by the way, will go down the higher the acidity. So as part of metabolism, one of our goals is to achieve whatever we need with the least acidity possible, if possible. See you in the next video, guys. www.kiipbydrsaghiv.com. Knowledge itself is power. You better believe it.